Hi there, I'm Kathy Mercure, and I'm a storyteller who helps people and businesses to tell their stories. Welcome to 5 Secret Ways to Get Back Your Writing Voice. I've been a professional writer and storyteller for more than 20 years now, and I also help people to write from their hearts. In most of my writing workshops, I talk about being in grade 4 and showing my mother a story I wrote about how Halloween began. Her response was to ask me, "Where did you copy this from?" That moment in time was the reason I stopped writing creatively. Most of us have a story about being told we weren't good at writing. I tell my story because I want you to know that I understand why you may feel that you can't write. We've all had people in our lives that have dismissed us, made us feel we couldn't do something, or tried to shut down that creative self that exists inside each of us. Writing from the heart gave me my own stories back. I developed the Writing from the Heart method through years of journal writing, writing classes, and reading books on writing. I practiced it on myself, keeping what I found most helpful and letting go of the rest. Writing from the heart has helped me to heal my inner storyteller, and it has helped hundreds of others over the last few years to deepen their journal writing practice, write memoirs, and heal past hurts. I sincerely hope it will help you. I believe we all have a story to tell, whether happy or sad, inspiring or horrific. Unlocking your stories and writing them down makes for powerful journal writing. You can also share your stories in a memoir or personal blog to help others. And perhaps most importantly, if you have painful stories and bring them to the light, they lose their hold over you and you can let them go. Just as the story I told you about my mother no longer prevents me from writing my stories. Forgiving and letting go creates room for the new. I also want to help you to disconnect from your inner critic and go to a place of deep knowing, your heart. Now, onward to the tools and secrets to finding your voice. Here's what you need for the Writing from the Heart practice. First, a quiet, private place to write. It can be a private room or a comfortable chair in your house, wherever and whenever you won't be interrupted. You can sit in a chair at a table, on the couch with your feet up, or lie on the floor with a pillow. Whatever position you'll be comfortable being in for about a half hour. Coffee, tea, or water is also fine if it makes you comfortable. Some people can also do this kind of writing in a cafe, where the hum of conversation around them makes them feel as though they're in a bubble. You'll also need paper to write on. In Writing from the Heart, we don't use a computer. Writing longhand will slow down your brain and keep the inner critic from freezing you up so that you can capture and write what your heart is saying to you. You also won't be as tempted to correct your spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Instead, you'll be focused on listening to your heart. You can use anything you like, a bound journal, lined or blank sheets of loose paper, or even a pad of newsprint. Whatever you like to write on is fine. Next, you'll need a pen that feels good to write with. Many people who journal tend to have a favorite type of pen to use. Personally, I like a comfortable pen that glides effortlessly over the page. You'll also need something to gaze at. Choose something calming, like a lighted candle, a picture of a sunset, or even an object like a statue of the Buddha. Whatever you can focus on but not be distracted by while you're listening to your heart. And you'll need a timing device with a gentle alarm. In Writing from the Heart practice, we write for 25 minutes. Scientific studies have shown that it takes about 20 minutes to get to where your alpha brain waves lead you to the state of decreased self-awareness, timelessness, and motivation called flow. Most smartphones have timer apps with an alarm. Just make sure you pick a gentle alarm, because if you're in the flow of writing, you won't want to be startled out of a deep concentration. And then there's music. I recommend classical music from the Baroque period. Bach and Handel are two of the most recognized composers of that era. Baroque music is excellent for use in writing from the heart practice, but some people love spa music, others the sounds of nature. Definitely choose music or sounds without words or catchy tunes. Still, others swear they can concentrate best in a cafe where the ambient sounds of indistinct conversation makes everything else fade away. There are websites with music and ambient noise specifically studied and proven to help improve your attention, concentration, focus, and flow by as much as 400%. My personal favorite is focusatwill.com. Here are the steps for a writing from the heart practice. Write wherever you're most comfortable. Simply start the music, place your gazing object in front of you, set the timer for 25 minutes, then start it. Relax and still your mind by closing your eyes and taking some slow rhythmic breaths to get ready. Then begin writing when you hear the first thought that your heart wants you to hear. It's as simple and as challenging as that. I bet you're wondering just how you're supposed to hear what your heart wants to tell you, right? This is where we get into the good stuff. Here are the 5 secrets to getting your voice back when writing from the heart. The first secret is listen. This practice is really not about writing at all. It's about listening. During writing practice, you will connect your heart to your brain to your pen and be the receiver, listener, and writer. So become a receiver of thoughts. Slow down and write what you hear. Don't worry about sentence structure, grammar, punctuation, or even logic. Just listen and write. If you have no idea what you're doing, write, "I have no idea what I'm doing here," and go on from there. Anything you write is fine. I promise if you keep it up, it gets better the more you practice. Secret number 2. It may seem difficult at first to stay with your thoughts and to make sense of them, but use this tool to help you stay present. I call it the Go Deeper question. What do I mean by? When you use the Go Deeper question, you're following the rabbit down the hole to discover the emotional meaning behind the words you've written. Certain words may bring memories to you. For example, if you're afraid of heights, the word edge or falling may be triggers for you. The Go Deeper question helps you to investigate these words and phrases, very often leading you down a path towards story or discovery. Use the Go Deeper question as many times as you need to. Whenever there's a sense of emotion or story in a word or phrase you've heard and written, don't worry if you've gone completely off topic or away from where you started. This writing is not meant for publishing. It's meant to help you dig deeper, discover the stories of your life, and perhaps look at your stories in a different way than how you've always perceived them. Let your heart lead you. With a bit of practice, you will find yourself going deeper and without having to remind yourself to ask the Go Deeper question. You'll begin to follow the rabbit down the hole without realizing what you're doing, and that's a very good thing. Secret number 3, read what you've written out loud. When I do Writing from the Heart workshops with a class of students, I always ask if anyone is willing to read what they wrote to the rest of the class. I encourage you to read what you wrote aloud to yourself because it will probably sound very different than what you thought you were writing. You may be surprised that what you thought was just a jumble of words actually makes a lot of sense. Reading aloud also allows you to bear witness and hear your thoughts from a different perspective. Again, don't worry if you're not happy with what you've written. This is not meant to be polished writing. Some of my students write down only fragments of thoughts, words, or even poetry. Others connect to memory and tell stories, and still others struggle the first time and feel what they wrote is not what their heart wanted to say. Which leads me to secret number 4. Trust in the process. As you use the Go Deeper question more and more, you will find that your thoughts become clearer and your writing is helping you to change and grow. I ask you to resist the temptation to revise your writing when you read it through. It's already perfect as it is because it's a reflection of where you were at that moment. However, I would suggest that as you're reading it aloud to yourself or reading it over, if there are words that stand out for you, highlight them or underline them and use them in another writing practice, asking the Go Deeper question to lead you on a path of discovery. You may keep going back to a thought again and again. Keep asking the Go Deeper question to break through to what's underneath. By peeling back the layers of the onion, you may find a hidden gem of pure delight or answers to something that have been holding you back in your life. Even if there's something you think you're not ready to face, asking the gently probing question, "What do I mean by?" could bring you to a deeper understanding of yourself and to your authentic voice. Follow the rabbit down, down, down. And finally, one last important thing about this writing from the heart practice. The thing is, writing from the heart is just that, a practice. The big takeaway here is that you need to keep doing it. You never have to worry about perfecting writing from the heart because you can always use it to learn more about yourself. And besides, perfection is boring anyway. And lastly, like I did when I was developing it, I want you to use writing from the heart whatever way works for you. Make this practice your own. So, what do you do when you get stuck? In the dozens of live Writing from the Heart workshops I facilitated in the past few years, each time my students don't want the workshop to end. They want more, and many have said that after the initial flood of stories that come from attending my workshop, they eventually get stuck and need help. That's why I created Using Writing Prompts to Tell Your Stories. It's for people like you who are looking to deepen their journal writing practice, interested in writing a memoir, or for those who are blocked in their writing and need some help to get the words flowing again. This course is made up of 6 different lessons that promise to take you a little deeper each time as you learn to still your chattering mind and allow yourself to listen and connect your heart to your brain to your pen. All you need for this course is a paper, a pen, and an open heart. Everything else is built right into the video. Here's what you'll experience in using writing prompts to tell your stories. Lesson 1 is the foundational writing practice that I walked you through, writing from the heart. I'll show you in more detail how to use music, a gazing object, and the Go Deeper question to calm your mind so you can listen to your heart and write what it wants you to hear. I'll take you through a guided relaxation and a 25-minute writing practice, prompting you twice to ask yourself the Go Deeper question. In lessons 2 through 6, I discuss each topic and provide examples before challenging you with 3 10-minute writing prompt practices that will help you to get the words flowing. Some of the writing prompts include memories from childhood, everyday life, sensory prompts, and deeper explorations like the masks we wear and forgiveness and letting go. Each video asks you to go progressively deeper on your voyage of self-discovery. And because I want to help you keep writing, I've prepared a bonus ebook, 63 more writing prompts to keep you writing from your heart. I've also included a guided relaxation set to music to help you get into the calm stillness that will help you to write from your heart wherever you go. And finally, I've included the transcripts for the entire video course. And you get to keep all of the course materials, and you'll have access to the video forever. This video course is self-guided, but I'm always reachable by email if you have any questions. And I have some pretty juicy ideas on how to keep your writing going. You get all of this for only $99. Are you ready to go deeper? Please join me in learning how to listen to your heart and make the words flow. I'll see you in the course.